Money. We all love it, we all want it, and we all need it. So here is how you can start making money for basically free as a creative. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Daniel. I'm a 22-year-old photographer, video creator, video editor, whatever you want to call me. And I've been doing this for 5 or so years. I started out at around 17, 18 years old, dead broke. So I didn't have any money for marketing. I didn't have any skills in building a website. I didn't really know how to advertise myself out there, but somehow I've managed to make a living out of this profession. So I'm going to tell you how I did it for basically free. And by free, I mean not spending any money on advertising or marketing or even having a website. I didn't have a website until basically 4, 5, 6 months ago. And the way I did this was through networking. When you're starting out, in my opinion, networking is one of the best ways to get your foot in the door and start making money. And here are the reasons why. First of all, it's free. When you're starting out, you're not really going to have a marketing budget or advertising budget. It costs money to make a website. As a 17-year-old, every single dollar counts, but it's not completely free because you do have to go out and meet people. So it does take time because you physically got to go travel places. But if you're doing stuff online, then of course it's basically free and doesn't take much time at all. The second reason is because people are biased towards recommendations from people that they already know. For example, if I needed something done on my car, I would ask my friends who have already had that done, and I would trust their recommendations more than me Googling on my own, trying to find someone that I don't know or have no affiliation with. So let's say, for example, someone is looking for a creative for a specific job and they ask a friend, and that friend personally recommends and vouches for you because they had a good experience with you. You're probably going to be very high up on the list of choices because you have been recommended by someone that they know, they trust, and they like. You're going to be much more likely to get the job from that person. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you asked someone for a recommendation and after getting a recommendation, you literally stopped looking because you're like, yeah, I trust them enough. So I stopped looking for someone and I just trust what my friends say. And the third reason is that it starts to snowball. So let's say, for example, you have one person who decides to hire you, give you a chance, and you have a really good experience with them and they're very happy. So they recommend you to 3 other people. And those 3 other people recommend you to 3 other people each. You've got a total of 9 people now who are going to recommend you to more people. And you can see where this is going. It's going to start snowballing. You're eventually going to start building this spider web of people who know you and associate with you. And it's going to get to a point where you don't really have to spend that much on marketing or even anything on marketing at all and advertising yourself, because all the work is going to come towards you. People are going to start approaching you. People are going to start asking you, hey, can you shoot with me? Because this person recommended you. And this is a great reason why networking is so powerful. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to build these connections, but once you have your spider web set up, it's amazing. The flies just keep coming in. So now that we kind of have to agree that networking is a great form of advertising and getting jobs, the question is, how do we go about doing it? What really worked well for me was establishing that I was a photographer. That was my identity. That is who I am. I was always posting my photography work on my personal social media behind the scenes, talking about it and videos and all kinds of different things related to photography, so that whenever someone saw me, they saw, hey, Daniel is a photographer now. I can really see he's always doing photography related stuff. And that plants that little seed in their head that says, hey, next time someone asks for a photographer, Daniel might be a good option. So that's always a great way to really establish and portray yourself as a photographer. A lot of people I know me as a photographer, not as Daniel. Instantly, anything related to photography, they say, hell yeah, I know this guy. This guy's a good photographer. Offering your services for free for a portfolio is another great way to get a network going. A lot of people might disagree, and I think it is a controversial take, but in my opinion, I still think it's worth it. While it doesn't give you any value immediately, it does add to your portfolio, and there is a chance that they will recommend you, especially if you do a good job. But hey, you have to get started somewhere, especially if you're just starting out and you don't really have a portfolio. This is a great way to show that you're actually active and going out and that you're not just in it for the money. What you're more interested in is opening doors for future possibilities. If you have clients that you previously shot with and they were happy with your work, you can try to reapproach them again and say, hey, look, I'm trying to charge a little bit of money now. Or if they reach out again to you because they really like your work, you can say, hey, this is my price now, take it or leave it. If they say no, what have you lost? You've lost a client that's very cheap and doesn't want to pay for your services. You can also go to specific group meetups or events. For example, if you're a photographer or a model, you can go to a photographer or model group for your local area or city. I actually manage a Facebook group that is for photographers here in Chiang Mai and models as well. And it's not uncommon for me to be recommended when someone posts looking for a photographer for a job. And last of all, make sure you're doing a great job and providing a lot of value, because if you're doing a bad job and the clients are not happy with you, they don't have a good experience with you, then they're not going to recommend you, and you're potentially going to miss out on a lot of future jobs. And so that's why I believe networking is the best way to get jobs. jobs and why you should start networking, especially if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of money or just starting out. If this was helpful to you at all, then I would definitely appreciate a like and subscribe to help the channel grow. If you have any tips that you would like to share on networking, then leave them down in the comments section below. And if you're interested in buying my Lightroom presets, I'll leave a link for that down in the description as well, and I'll see you guys around.